Nationals infighting is threatening to derail Malcolm Turnbull's cabinet refresh, after Deputy Prime Minister Barnaby Joyce made a captain's call decision to dump his Nationals colleagues Darren Chester and Keith Pitt. The long-awaited reshuffle has seen 5 people appointed to the expanded 23-member cabinet, including rookie Queensland MPs David Littleproud and John McVeigh, in a move designed to woo voters in the key battleground state. Mr. Littleproud becomes the Minister for Agriculture and Water Resources, while Mr. McVeigh, who had served in the Queensland state government as a minister, becomes Minister for Regional Development, Territories and Local Government. Both were first elected just 18 months ago. The other 3 promotions to cabinet are Victorian Liberal Dan Tehan, who becomes Social Services Minister. Western Australia Liberal Michael Keenan joins him as Human Services Minister and Assistant Minister for Digital Transformation, and the new Nationals Deputy Leader, Victorian Bridget McKenzie, becomes Minister for Sport, Rural Health and Regional Communications. But it is the shock demotion of Mr. Chester and Mr. Pitt, which leaked out ahead of Mr. Turnbull's formal announcement, that has infuriated Nationals MPs. The decision to overlook outer ministry member Michael McCormack for promotion in favour of the political novice Mr. Littleproud also left MPs baffled. Mr. Chester did the numbers for Senator Mackenzie in the recent contest for Deputy Leader. All 3 opposed Mr. Joyce's pick of Senator Matt Carver, and some Nationals MPs suggested the move was payback from Mr. Joyce. The Prime Minister effectively confirmed Mr. Joyce had made the call to dump the pair. Plainly, the Nationals have a very large component of their party room comes from Queensland. And, Barnaby was keen to see that reflected in their representatives in the cabinet, he said. I have to say Darren has been an outstanding minister. I regret that this has resulted in him no longer being a member of the ministry. However, other Nationals insisted the move was fair, as the Victorian branch was not entitled to 2 cabinet spots when it had just 4 MPs in Parliament from that state. There are 8 Queensland Nationals MPs and the state will have 2 cabinet posts. Other key moves in the reshuffle include Social Services Minister Christian Porter replacing George Brandis as Attorney General. Mr. Brandis will move to London in January to replace Alexander Downer as High Commissioner. Employment Minister Michaela Cash has become the Minister for Jobs and Innovation, taking key aspects of Arthur Siodeo's portfolio as he steps aside to fight cancer. Mr. Joyce takes over infrastructure and keeps responsibility for dams policy, and Finance Minister Matthias Cormer becomes Senate Leader and adds Special Minister of State. Revenue Minister Kelly O'Dwyer has added responsibility for women, while Peter Dutton has begun as the new Home Affairs Minister. In the outer ministry, Craig Lauder has been promoted to Small Business and Workplace Relations. Angus Taylor has been promoted to Law Enforcement and Cyber Security. Alan Tudge moved sideways into Citizenship and Multicultural Affairs and remains in the outer ministry, as does Michael McCormack, who becomes Veterans Affairs and Defence Material Minister.